Well, as NASCAR drivers and fans invade Martinsville this weekend, a former Virginia Tech football player will be making his first trip to the Paperclip as a pit crew member.
Yeah, WFXR's David DeGuzman caught up with the ex-linebacker to talk about his new life in the racing world.
It's cool being back in this area and seeing the other side of it that I didn't get to see when I was a little kid. There's 5 guys that go out, there's 1 fueler, there's 2 changers, and 1 carrier, and 1 jackman. And so I'm the jackman. I jack both sides up.
To understand how Dax Hollifield ended up as a member of a pit team in Concord, North Carolina, you have to go back to his time as a Hokie in Blacksburg. The Virginia Tech linebacker had dreams of making the NFL, earning an invite to rookie minicamp by the Jaguars before Jacksonville cut him in early May.
I'm sitting at home like trying to contemplate if I'm going to keep playing football or not, because you know there's so much that goes into that.
That's when Dax earned an invite by a different scout, one from Hendrick Motorsports, home to Elite Cup Series drivers like Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. As the door to the NFL closed shut, the NASCAR world provided a window of opportunity.
They had me come to a little mini camp and they tested my vertical, all the whole shebang of the little pro day stuff and things like that.
The 6'1", 245-pound ex-football player turned out to be the perfect fit for a pit crew, with Hendrick Motorsports signing him on the spot.
The first time I stepped into the building and I noticed that just everybody looked like everybody played football, you know, and when I went to go watch practice, the movements are very, very explosive. I mean, putting the tire on is it's like grabbing a dumbbell and doing a row or something like that. There we go, hit it. It's very similar. It's like combining weightlifting and football and being an athlete. And so after the first practice, for me, I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Right now, Dax works the pits in the lower tiers of NASCAR, including the truck races on Fridays and Xfinity races on Saturdays.
It's definitely like a third down in Lane Stadium. You know, when the car's approaching, your heart's racing. You're going to be holding your breath. It's do or die at that moment, you know.
The ultimate goal, eventually, is to pit a car in the Cup Series, where it's always a race against time.
A good time's below 9, sub 9, definitely below 10. And so it's very fast.
Dax says his time as a Hokie built him for this moment in NASCAR. After spending Saturdays in the fall at the line of scrimmage, he's ready to be at the edge of the wall on pit road.
Money stop!
In Concord, North Carolina, David DeGuzman, WFXR Sports.
Just like a third down in Lane Stadium. Yeah. Now, Dax's first time working the pits was actually at Daytona. He says he's content if he never gets the opportunity to play on the football field again. You
know, he said that it seemed like many of them were football players, and it's my understanding that the guys who do that, they're athletes. We know that for sure, but 100%. Many of them are former football players.
Yeah, and when you really think about it, like I don't pay a lot of attention to that kind of stuff, but when you really do, they almost have to be with the way that they're throwing these huge tires around and slamming it in there, the pace they got to do it at, so it makes sense.
When he explained it, he was like kind of like a dumbbell and went through it, I was like, I see it.
Yeah,
I'm following
it. It looks like it. It definitely looks like it.